Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another review. Today, we are
Mhm.
going to review Dark Matter. This is an Apple TV original series. We have 3 episodes that they release. Thus far,
Mhm.
IMDb is giving it a 7.4. And
I think that's fair.
yeah, it's close.
I
It's
think it's fair.
close.
It is. I
You
think
know,
it's fair. Like, because they haven't given you why Jason number two is doing what he's doing,
mhm,
why he threw him in that world. So there's big bombshells about to be dropped,
yeah.
and they're most likely going to stick the landing, and the rating's going to go up when more shows come out. But
Mhm,
for the start, because the start was kind of slow.
yeah.
It was kind of like just it was getting you setting you up for what's going on, so you care about the family, each person in the thing. But like nothing really happened in the first show. It's like the second show kind of gets you more involved. But I'm like, I don't have suspense for Jason 2 and him in the family. I don't like they're asking him questions at the dinner. And I was like, hey, he's probably
He's
fine.
he's
Like
like
he
look
probably knows what
he's
it
looking
is.
on LinkedIn, Instagram, like, oh,
Yeah,
they have a
yeah,
boat.
yeah. Like,
It's just
he
like,
checking
oh,
his family.
oh,
Who's this person?
but you know what? But we were just talking offline. If you think
Mhm.
about a couple of the Apple TV original series, right? You talk about
Yeah.
Silo, Invasion. I watch Invasion, Monarch,
Mhm.
right? A lot of those TV series, like Silos started really slow. We didn't really get into it until like know what was going on until like the third episode.
Yeah,
Invasion,
it got further. Yeah.
I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, is this series about kids? Is this series about the military? I didn't know until like the third episode, and then you
Mhm.
have this here, Dark Matter, and also what was the other one? Criminal Record. Really didn't know what was going on. That's a great series on Apple TV,
Yeah, I haven't
Criminal
seen
Record.
that. I haven't seen that yet.
It's a crime joint. I really didn't know what was
Mhm.
going on until like the second or third episode. I didn't know if it was like racially driven or it was something totally different, like corruption or whatever. But
Mhm.
the thing about this series here is that Apple TV, man, they just know how to shoot films. The film
Mhm.
we watched from an app from Apple TV, original one was Ghosted, right? Or Ghost. Is it Ghosted or Ghost? I don't know.
I don't
Right?
know. That was terrible, man.
Right, but that
It
was
was bad.
terrible. But you know what? It was shot really well. It looked great. Man, I don't know was
Yeah.
Apple, man, they got the whole production of like stuff. They just have it popping. What do you think?
Yeah, for like as far as the show goes, like it's filmed really well. Like there's good
Mhm.
actors in it. Like I liked all the actors in it. Like it's got a good vibe to it as far as like what the show looks like. And
Yeah.
that's important. If the show doesn't look good visually, you're not gonna follow along anyway. Like you're just gonna be bored. And the show looks good. I like the premise. It reminds me of Counterpart,
Mhm.
and we were talking about this offline.
Yeah.
Counterpart is a show about another dimension and like a bridge point between the two worlds. That's
Mhm.
in I think it's Germany. I can't remember. Um, I think it's France and Germany, but like regardless, there's a point between the two dimensions that go back and forth, and this guy has created a box that allows you to travel between dimensions. And it's a good premise. I like the premise. I love the sci-fi element of it, and I'm interested to see what his motivations are. And like it just can't be because I just wanted to go over here because the family's here. Like you can't,
I want to see what
he needs better
I want to
motivations
see
than
what
that.
Jason 1 is doing over here in this
Yeah,
time
yeah, yeah. Like
zone,
how's Jason 1 going? Like
Right. Is
Jason 2 is like, hey,
right.
I'm
Isn't
bored.
it
Let's go
weird
see
like
what's going on
when we
here.
watch some of these like time jumping or time dimensional sort of joints, right? Where like even with
Mhm,
Loki, you're either like jumping time or different dimensions. You're either walking through a portal or you're putting yourself inside of a box, right? And I'm
mhm.
and so they built this box, into and I'm but they also have to take a drug as well. This joint here, man, it's like really intriguing. I just watched the third episode like maybe an hour ago, right? And
Yeah, I
I was
watched it
like,
today too.
and I was like,
I didn't
I
even know it
said,
was out today.
I was like, wow, man, this is really interesting, man. I'm so excited when Apple TV puts out something because you
Mhm.
know if nothing else, for me, I know I'm gonna get the quality, and I also know that I'm gonna get a good show. I've watched documentaries. I mean, not. I mean, obviously, I'm not watching any of the kid stuff that Apple TV puts out. But dude, they do a
Mhm.
really great job at putting out really good content with great stories. This has a great story to it. Again, we're only 3 episodes in. They're gonna have a total of 9 episodes. That's an odd number, nine. Um,
Yeah.
you know, 9 episodes. So I'm really looking forward to like digging into this, man. So overall, what is
Mhm.
the TV series about?
So this guy from I will say Dimension 2
Mhm.
switches places with this other guy from Dimension 1.
Himself.
He doesn't tell it. He gives him no information.
Hmm.
He just gives him the drug, knocks him out, sends him through the door, says nothing to him, and he's figuring out like with us as the viewer about how he got there, what's going on with his life on this side of the world. He finally figures out he's in a different dimension, and so like the premise is cool. I like these kind of
Yeah.
premises where it allows
Hmm.
the actors to play themselves 3, 4 times, or whatever. And it's like did you watch the show Sliders? I think it came out in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. Sliders
And
was
it's like
kind
a
of dope.
dimension show
Yeah. Hmm.
with was O'Connell or something like that.
Yeah. That
Jerry
was pretty.
O'Connell. Like it would they would jump from dimension to dimension. It's
Hmm.
like different things. And some guy's a singer in this planet, and this guy's another thing. Like I
Yeah.
like that. It
Hmm.
was a fun show. It's a silly fun show, and this kind of reminds me of that concept, but it's a little bit darker and more mature. But I like it. I like the idea of it, and I love the sci-fi part of it. I said that already, but like, I just in general, I love sci-fi, man. Like
Yeah.
sci-fi is awesome.
It's pretty dope,
So
man. Hmm.
I'm here for this. I like the premise here. I wanted to pick up so we get more information. Like when you're watching the show, you're like, get to it. I want to know what happened. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Who's this guy over here? Why is he
Hmm.
mad? Like I want to know everything.
Right.
And yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah. But Apple does a really good job at like not really giving you super like crazy kind of effed up cliffhangers. They kind
Mhm.
of push the episodes along where you're just like, oh yeah, the next episode is going to be better, right? So
Yeah,
they do
yeah.
a really great
This is
job at
better
that.
binge watching than weekly, though. I'll say that.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So it's just like, so we are talking about Dark Matter. This is an Apple TV series. It's brand new. It's an original Apple TV series. This is just our first impression about the TV series.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll get more deep into
yeah,
the
we
show
don't even
the
know if
next
this is
episode.
something we're going to do episodically. I'm kind of thinking that this is something we're not going to do episodically. Maybe we can do like what we're doing now, first impression, come back mid-season, and then do another one at the
Yeah, yeah.
end
Just
of the.
space a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm really
I want
mhm,
them to stick the landing, but
yeah.
was this based
Mhm.
off a book or something like that? What
This
is
is
it based
based
on?
off of a book, but yeah, man, this is I'm really intrigued with this.
Mm.
Like you said, it's probably more so of a binge worthy sort of thing. You're just like, yo, you
Yeah,
know what?
because
Hmm.
once it gets going, I'm like, just get. I want to see the next show. I don't want to wait a
I don't,
week. Like,
I
just
don't,
go.
I think, you know what? Here, I think with this whole streaming stuff, right? Some
Mm.
shows are episodic. Give it to us
Yeah,
once a
they're better
week.
off
Right.
episodic, and some of
But
them
there are
are.
some
Yeah.
shows, it's just like, here it is. Go check it out, you know?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
but that's not how they make money either, these streaming services.
They
They
gotta
want
keep
you there
you
for two
logged
months,
in
three
and
months.
signed up
Exactly.
for whatever.
Yeah, so you're gonna be
So like
like
I
hooked up to
get
the
it. Like I
IV.
totally understand. Like if you're gonna keep making good content like this and it's gonna be weekly, that's fine. Like I'll
I'm
keep paying
okay.
monthly. But
And that is the key. Good content. Are you making good content
yes.
or are you not? I don't know where the Amazon content is coming from because
Amazon's hit or miss, man. I'll be
it is
honest.
hit or
Like
miss, dude. But Apple TV, man, they get to select what they want. They don't just put out all types of content. You said something. You said you were watching I think it was the Deal Book when Bob Iger was saying, someone asked him a question like, why does Disney suck? And he was basically
mm,
saying, and you said basically he said that because we were just trying to put out content, not great content.
yeah, Disney Plus, they're just like
Disney Plus.
flush it down the toilet. Too much
Exactly,
stuff. Yeah.
That's
like a
not Apple
fire hose.
TV. You're not getting just like, oh, we got to put content out because we're trying to keep up with everyone else. That's not Apple TV. This is like an over $1 trillion company. So they're flushed in cash, right? So they don't have to, just put
Yeah, they're
content
not
out
worried.
there. They could be
They're
really selective.
Apple's at
Mhm.
this point where they should take their time and build up their viewership. Is
Exactly.
like 1,000,000 a year. Like that's fine. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. This thing isn't to make money. This is to sell Apple TVs. All right, let's be real.
It's this dude,
Let's
it's
be
this
real.
that's it. That's it, man. It really
That's
is.
it.
It's just like, hey, and that's it. But you know what? Um, this it sort of again it started sort of like Silo. You really didn't know what was going on with Silo until like the second or
Mhm,
third episode, and I was just like, I wasn't upset that I didn't know what was going on. I was kind of excited that I didn't know what was going on, but it was fed to me in a proper way. It wasn't just like a void or a blank. It was just like, oh, okay, we know what's going on here with this dark matters. Okay, matter. And then,
mhm,
oh, he's a scientist. I think that, and this is my interpretation of it thus far, right?
mhm.
Jason 2, who's the super scientist, he wanted to
He's built the
see,
box.
yeah, he wanted to see what his life was like if he wasn't a super scientist. So he's like,
But
let me go
what has
back
he
into
been doing
time.
for this entire year though? That's the question. He
Say that again.
disappeared for a whole year.
Well, who
And
Jason 2 or Jason
Jason
1?
2 Jason
Okay.
2
Hmm.
disappeared for a whole year after he went into the box.
Yeah.
So I think Jason 2 has been studying Jason 1 so he can replace him.
Well, you know what? In the third season, remember, like in the second, I'm sorry, in the third episode,
Mhm.
he showed himself again, like where he almost got hit by a cab. Like in the second episode,
He was watching.
they showed that, but they didn't show who was like driving the cab. In the third episode, it was actually Jason 2 who was driving the cab. He was in this entire dimension trying to find this guy, and it's just like, there he is right there, And so when he got him and he had the mask on, the Jason mask on, like Jason with the Jason mask on, that's kind of cool too, right? And I was just like, oh, okay, dude, is this a psychological sci-fi thriller?
I think it qualifies as that because you don't.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not as suspenseful as I'd hoped for, but like
Not
it's
yet,
early
anyway.
on though. Like we're not really invested in these guys yet.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, this
So
is what about like how it's
and
shot
really,
thus
the
far?
psychological thing is Jason 1, what he's going through, not really Jason 2. Jason
Y-
2's chilling.
Yeah,
He's got his family. He's
he's
chilling.
he's like, "Oh,
He's not
LinkedIn.
worried.
Okay. Amazon, he's just like, "I'm going to get me some shorts from Amazon." Um what do you
Yeah, the wife trusts him. Like he's not worried about
exactly,
nothing right now.
what do you think about how it's shot? Like the coloration of it, the color grading, all
Yeah,
that sort of
it's
stuff.
not like a movie, and I do like that about Apple stuff. Like the
They're
quality's
good.
high. Like
They're good.
they want it
Mhm.
to look cinematic. I think that's
Mhm.
the right term. But
Yeah.
it's shot well. Like it looks good, and the acting is good. And it goes back to you have more time and money. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Remember the Sandman, the series from Netflix we
Mhm.
watch? Okay, so they're coming out with like a second season. That was shot really well. Just basically, okay, it's just like you're like in hell, you're shooting in hell, and you're also shooting in heaven. Then you're shooting on Earth as well. And it's just like Apple TV again. Ghosted suck, but it was shot well. Everything that I've seen on Apple TV, the
Mhm.
Beastie Boys documentary, all that stuff, um, just shot really well. I have not seen another streaming service in terms of quality, you know, um,
Mhm.
like Apple TV. Now, mind you, got to give like HBO Max, whatever it's called right now, its props
Yeah,
because
HBO is a high quality
HBO
stuff.
is high quality, right? And sometimes you can get some really it seems like on Netflix they give you like really good content, but a lot of it's shot the same way. I don't know if they're using the same red cameras or whatever, but it's just like
They have
Apple
there's a
Apple
set rules for Netflix that you gotta use a certain level of camera.
certain aspect
It's got
ratio, the
it's
whole
gotta be
nine. Okay.
4K, it's gotta be a certain there's a
Right,
bunch of rules
yeah.
for Netflix.
Yeah, I like how old boy is like how they're going back from like, Jason 1 to Jason 2, his
Mhm.
interactions with like his ex-girlfriends and his wife. Um, I tell you though, Dawn, she's the muscle of Velocity. She's got to go, dude. She got her fingers cut off too. Did you see
He
that?
is
She
the
was like,
worst.
whoo, whoo.
That person is the worst, all
She's
right?
the
How you
worst,
just shoot
man.
somebody? Like, yo, your job was to bring them both back
Yeah,
alive. What are you shooting for?
but
Like, yeah,
she got a
the first thing it would have been like you're fired, and then we're gonna take you in the back and get rid of you. Like,
yeah.
that's what the first thing I would have done.
Yeah, but she got her fingers cut off when she was trying to like like not have the box door
That was kind
closed.
of
I
like,
was like, she's like,
don't
oh, I
put
was
your
like,
hands in the door.
dude, I always say this, like
Mm-hmm.
villains in a movie or a series or whatever, eventually they will go away. And the villains who do just arbitrary things just because they're a villain. I'm going to shoot someone in the head. They didn't do anyone, do anything, I'm going to kill this person. They killed Ryan, when
Mm-hmm.
Amanda came and, Jason was like, where's Ryan? And she was like,
He's like, I'm sorry. Yeah, he didn't make it.
but why? Like, the police are already on them, this is, I
Yeah,
don't know,
that's
man.
another thing. I don't. Well, we'll get. Hopefully, they solve that,
Yeah.
and we get more information later on. But like,
This,
I was like, the
mhm.
police are on you. You can't be dropping bodies right now. You don't have time
Yeah,
for
like,
that.
dude, you know what I'm saying?
I was just saying,
Mhm.
I want good answers for why everybody's doing things.
Yeah.
What's the motivation for Velocity CEO to be running around demanding he gets this stuff, to get to
Right.
the box? What is Jason 2 doing? What's his motivation? I
Mhm.
want to know all these things. Because to me, the motivation for both of these people will make or break this show, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like, would you find out why they're doing what they're doing and why this matters so much? Like, it to me, it's a huge factor of whether or not this show is going to be good or not, in my opinion.
Yeah. This it's as suspenseful thus far as Fallout from Amazon. It's just like you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know like who was this person or who were
Yeah,
they
yeah.
working for.
You have less information about what's going on, but like, it's not scary or like I'm like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? I gotta stand out of my seat and walk around. I
Right.
can't take it. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
like that
Exactly. This is good, man. I think like the first 3 episodes, they gave us 2 up front, and then we were like, hey, let's just review this today. Then we can watch the
yet.
episode, the third episode. I really like this. Um, I'm definitely looking forward to the next 6 episodes because just like with Silo, just like with
Mhm.
Foundation, just like with Monarch, just like with Invasion, I just love how they give us this stuff. It's not goofy, it's not there's like some order to how things are done with Apple TV when it comes to their TV series. And I really appreciate that about Apple because not a lot of companies can do that. So, do you think
Mm.
we should review this or should we just like, thus far should we
Um,
review it?
we could probably do like a wrap up, like in a couple weeks, or like a
Mhm.
catch up for the next 3, 4 episodes.
Yeah, let's do that, man. But we
Yeah.
are talking about like Dark Matter. This is an Apple TV original TV series. Right
Mhm.
now they have 3 episodes available. They're feeding this to us like episodically, weekly. It is serialized, so go check it out on Apple TV. I think thus far for me, I'm totally into this. I'm gonna continue watching it. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I'm gonna keep watching it as well. What we rank it now? What do you think?
Yeah, let's like thus far. What do you think about Dark Matters, the Apple TV series? 3 episodes in. What do you think about it? Rate it right now, like in
Um,
terms of like the three
I think the
episodes you saw.
premise is good. I
Hmm.
give it an 8. I like the
Hmm.
premise. I like the
Okay.
actors, and the actors are good.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Jennifer Connelly, like so, like like the actors are good. The premise is good. I hope they stick the landing, and like they go somewhere good with this.
Hmm.
I don't know because it's based on a book, so like this is probably well thought out what they're doing with this thing anyway.
Right.
So I'm hoping for the best. I think it's probably going to be a good addition to
Yeah. Yeah.
something to review.
That's true. I'm also going to give it an 8. Like I said, I wasn't mad at the 7.4, and I was just like just slightly better. And 8 is really good. I love where it's going. I'm okay
Mhm.
with the suspensefulness of like the episodes, not knowing what's going on because it's not a goofy not knowing what's going on. It's like here's the
Yeah.
right amount of this episode So wait for the next episode. And it's not crazy, like some of these other shows, like how they try to feed
Mhm.
us these episodes. It's just like that's too much of a cliffhanger, you know. So I don't like
Mm.
shows like that, like how they were made previously. I don't want those super cliffhangers. I want an order, a flow to these episodes. And thus far, 3 episodes in, I'm really feeling this show and I'm looking forward to knowing what's going on. What happens to Jason 1 and Jason 2, and we're gonna see what's going on. I guess we'll like relink in terms of Dark Matter, like what? Like maybe mid-season or the end of the episode. End of the season, I mean.
Um, well, we'll see how it goes, but I'll probably
Yeah.
in a couple weeks we'll talk about it again.
Okay, that's cool. All right. We both gave Dark Matter an 8. Again, this is an Apple TV original TV series. They gave we have 3 episodes in. We both gave it an 8. And we'll
Mm.
see what's going on, and we'll get back to you if we have anything new and interesting to say about Dark Matters on Apple TV. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.